For more, we are now joined by Jennifer Coffindaffer, NewsNation law and justice contributor, former FBI special agent. Jennifer, I appreciate you coming on. Again, we're still learning a lot about this. We're showing the video now of the shooter. I want to warn our viewers again, we know this is very difficult to watch. We're just going to show a quick part of it. Jennifer, I'll talk to you on the other side. This is terrifying. Walk us through what your thoughts are as, again, we saw this video from just a little while ago. What does this video tell you?
Well, it tells me a lot. This is nobody that is trained well. This is somebody that has very little experience with this weapon. I can tell this by how they're carrying it. This is somebody that really does not care about whether they're discovered or not. So it's basically a situation where they know they're likely not going to make their way out of this situation. The way they are handling this weapon, how they are uniformed, their lack of a mask. This tells me they're a person on a mission, but likely somebody who is a lone wolf type character.
Yeah, and we're looking at this video. Obviously, someone shot it from inside their car. They must have been so scared. I think about that as well. Like I mentioned to Mills moments ago, the sheriff says now there is no immediate danger. We know the FBI is also responding. Do they typically respond to a shooting like this, Jennifer? How would the FBI take the situation from here?
Well, the FBI is very critical here because they have amazing crime scene specialists that can go in and make sense of exactly when shots were fired, who was shot by what weapon. They're going to be able to provide information that other teams don't do quite as well. So that's one of the main things they're going to be able to do, and also provide all of the investigative tools in terms of digital analysis on this person's phone, where these weapons came from. They're going to work with ATF on that. It's just critical that the Bureau come in because of all of their resources.
I want to ask you this. NBC is reporting that 3 people have died because of this shooting. During the public relations meeting over there, the press conference, excuse me, they are not telling us the number of fatalities, but they are telling us that the suspect is dead. Why keep that? Why not share that with the public just yet?
Typically, they don't want to share the numbers until they have the identities, Henna. They just don't want to cause this sort of hysteria. A lot of people might know exactly where their loved one was. They also track each other, right? Everybody's on the different programs to track, and they might be looking and saying, oh my gosh, my loved one is there. And then when you start putting out these numbers, it just causes more panic and concern.
That's an excellent point. Like I mentioned, there were hundreds of people in that vicinity. It's a very busy place. There are malls there are hotels. There's a lot of restaurants. The In-N-Out Burger that Mills said is very popular in that area. In most parts of the country, people love trying that fast food joint. This is very early in the investigation, but what can you tell us about, and our viewers, about the next step and what we need to look out for?
Well, the biggest step to me is, are there any other shootings planned? Is this person in cahoots or in any sort of relationship with any group that is trying to do some sort of continued mass sort of active shooting? A lot of times people are communicating with people online or have friends in these sorts of groups that want to do these types of crimes. And so they are going to want to make sure, who was he associated with? Did anybody know about this? Where did this gun come from? Is anybody else planning anything? That is the number one thing the Bureau is going to be helping with at this point.
Again, we're showing video of the area. There are a lot of cars on the highway. There are a lot of people, like I mentioned, hundreds of people in the vicinity. How do you blockade an area like this in an active shooter situation? Again, that it's outside and I would assume several blocks long.
Yeah, it is so difficult, but you're going to get your marked units in to immediately block off and make sure that no more traffic is getting in. Again, they did a stay in place so that individuals are at least confined to certain places and not running around the streets to be more of a target. I find it very interesting, this location that was chosen, because as you said, it is so active. And that is what a active shooter wants. They want the most number of people that they can unfortunately kill in the shortest amount of time. And it's clear to me they plan this in this very, busy area for that purpose.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.